Last time on Dragon Ball New Age, with Elder Kaioshin discovering it's in fact Aladjinn who has incapacitated Goku, he reveals there is no known way to heal Earth's hero at the moment, and now falls upon Gohan and Trunks to find a way to take out the villain. But what could they possibly do when even their father stood no chance? In his frantic desire for the Riki he needs to reform his lost body, Aladjinn slowly decimates the populace of the planet. But high above the Earth, humanity's final line for defense readies itself for battle. Looking down on the world, Trunks feels utter frustration at the thought that his own father's body is the instrument of such brutality. Donning one of Son Goku's old uniforms, Son Gohan mentally prepares himself to step into the role his father had prepared him for, telling Trunks it's time. His partner admits he can't deny that he's more than a little nervous about this. This guy has his dad's body and he's beaten Goku. What are the two of them supposed to do against that? While Gohan is nervous too, his confidence comes from his father having faith they can do this. If he believes they can, he himself does too. Their fathers put their faith in them to defend the Earth and their solace when they're gone. This is their chance to prove their faith wasn't misplaced. Away. Aladjinn notices he hasn't seen another living being for miles. Surely he should have come across another village or big city by now. He thinks perhaps he should try another direction. Instead of training, it looks like our heroes have decided to confront the fiend here and now. Chortling, well, you again. The demon is happy to see Gohan brought a friend this time. Staring him down, the villain chuckles. Their silence speaks volumes, asking if they both know there's still no match for him. Or could it be they've simply come to their senses and decided to surrender themselves to him? Confidently stating, not a chance. Aladjinn gets even more excited, as this only means they simply have a death wish, and he'd be happy to oblige. That's when the elder of the two Saiyans demand they lower to the ground. There, he and Trunks will tear him apart. A little surprised by this attitude, the demon can't help but wonder what insanity this is. Calling out, they seem confident considering they're about to die. Trunks lets his emotions grab hold of him to curse the monster to get out of his father's body. Taking interest in these words, he maniacally questions if he said his father. This causes him to cackle. I told you, Vegeta! Sooner or later, I was bound to run across someone you care about! He then offers to give the prince one last glance at his son before he turns him to a corpse. So cocky he is, he willingly lets Vegeta take the most minute control back over his own body. Painfully, he struggles with each word. He tells his son he has to get away. They're both in terrible danger. Remembering the advice from Kaioshin, Gohan urges his friend to calm down. Vegeta continues, pleading for them to get away, far away. This is something he himself can't fight. He can feel them like knives in his brain telling him to hurt the pair. Seeing his dad in such a state, Trunks is brought to tears. Retaking control, Aladjinn feels that's enough of that. Their father-son bonding, while cute, is over. Furious, Trunks calls the monster a callous, heartless freak. Gohan knows with his rage boiling over like this, he's going to erupt. The scene even takes the curiosity of Elder Kai. As far back as Gohan can remember, every time he snapped, whenever his rage took over, he would unleash tremendous power. Some chalked it up to him being a half Saiyan, that somehow it made him different. Up until now, he's always been the one who lost control. That was then, but now, he gets to witness it firsthand. He gets to see what Rage Unleashed looks like. Eager for death, are you? Why, the miserable little nuisance! I'm going to... Vegeta retakes control yet again, pleading with the son to kill him, causing Trunks to lose focus. Whether part of his plan or not, Aladjinn smirks. You hesitate, boy! Big mistake. The villain admits his evasion is quite impressive. He didn't think he'd have time to teleport. Taking a moment to thank Gohan for the save. The demon commends, that actually hurt. but inquires why he stopped. Did he not want to hurt his daddy? Lowering his head, that's exactly the case. He explains he can't fight him, not like this. That thing inside his dad, he knows it's evil, but that's still his dad. He just can't. Gohan tells him it's okay. He'll handle it this time and to just back him up. Though his foe isn't put off, quipping his bluff won't work, and if he's already forgotten, he himself already admitted he can't beat him no matter how hard he tries. Hearing in, Kubito Kai fears Gohan isn't strong enough. And that may be the case, but Elder Kai assures all isn't lost. Asking what he means, Gohan may yet tap into his brewing strength, if he should. He may prove a match for Aladjinn, but even if he can't do this alone, he thinks he himself might have an idea. Wanting to know more, his senior ushers in time. For now, they just watch. Though he needs to be ready in case Gohan needs him. Aladjinn supposes he wasn't entirely bluffing after all, but he's still delusional if he thinks he has the power to win. He won't even need this body's full strength. And our hero was afraid of this. Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3 strength is greater than the last time they sparred. His foe taunts him. Come now, boy. Show me that you're not a weakling, like your father. What's the matter? Are you even trying? Oh, come on now! Don't tell me you're done after a broken nose! You're the one who challenged me! Make it worth my while! I want to enjoy this fight! Shouting Gohan knows that's not good enough. He questions if he enjoys wasting the demon's time. But he's so fast he can barely keep up, wondering how his strength increased this much. Fending off the Saiyan yet again, Gohan tries to figure out a way to sneak the advantage. His counter asks what's the matter, no more fight left in him. He figured as much, calling the warrior before him pathetic and weak, and his father truly did mold him in his image. But Gohan has had enough of his insults. He doesn't care if he dies trying, but he will stop him. You're half right. Beginning to power Kamehameha. The demon smiles they never learn, but even Trunks realizes it's not enough. Is this really all you have? Come on, push me, make me use my full power! I will say this, after dealing with the likes of you, killing the rest of the weaklings on this world will be such a bore. No, I will not let you hurt anyone else! What the? Clears. It's revealed Aladjinn, though taking damage, survived. Looking up in terror, the villain is impressed. It seems there is more to Gohan than he initially thought. He never expected him to actually do any damage, but it looks like all that power is gone. Not that it would matter anyway. This amount of flesh is simple to restore. So much for tearing him to pieces. The two of them are as disappointing as their fathers were. On the lookout. Dende senses that even after all that, he's not hurt at all. The situation has just gotten much worse. But the Book of Namek begins to flail around. Aladjinn knows that he should have guessed for all their effort. They would prove naught but pitiful results. They're just pathetic, useless sacks of blood and sinew. But he doesn't want to drag this out as he has things to do. When the three of them sense an immense ki arrive. Piccolo, of course. who tells Gohan they will speak in a moment, but he needs to take care of this first. Elder Kaioshin calls this fascinating. This isn't the same Piccolo as before. The successor sees it too. He does seem to be different, but what can he possibly do against Aladjinn? Overhearing the Namekian's name, he rolls his eyes at the thought he's come to fight. But he tells the demon he'll say this one time. He wants him to leave Vegeta's body immediately. Predictably, he only laughs at this demand, stating he thinks not, as he likes it in here. But in that case, Piccolo then will have to kick him out. Gohan can't believe he's being serious. There's no way he can fight him on his own. Trunks shouts to Gohan he has to fight alongside of him. Powering up and giving his foe a taste of the dirt. He growls how he managed to do that. Getting up, he assures that was only a lucky shot, and the only one he'll get. Looking towards him, Piccolo merely mutters, "We'll see," causing the demon to wonder where this confidence comes from, and just who he thinks he is. Retaining his attitude, he tells, "No one of consequence." In amazement, Trunks stammers Piccolo must have done some crazy training. He's gotten incredibly strong. But Gohan says there's more to it than that. He's gotten much stronger, that's true, by an incredible margin. But he isn't much stronger than Trunks was a bit ago, and much less strong than himself. This is something beyond normal training. Almost everything about him has changed, so he must have a reason to think he can win. Aladjinn notices similar. Something is off about this one. He isn't like anyone he's faced so far. Something about him feels disjointed, in flux somehow. Perhaps his Riki will tell him something. That's when it hits him. His Riki is immense, blinding even. It's been eons since he's seen one so vast. Only two beings produce an aura of such gravity: gods and sorcerers. So tell me, what business does one of your stature have in the lower realms? Completely amiss how he could possibly know this. Piccolo enlightens him. He can read the thoughts of his comrades, and he knows who he is. As a former god himself, it pains him to have to stand against him. But he does what must be done. Thinking, a former god. The Namekian laughs. It's actually kind of funny. Any day before today, standing alone against Aladjinn would have been suicidal. Facing against a Super Saiyan 3, he would have been completely overwhelmed. The fact that it's Vegeta would have only made it worse. But the demon wants to know what makes today so different. He explains that some time ago, a warlock came to this planet to start trouble. He wasn't much for physical power, but he remembers even the gods were leery of his magic. Wondering what that has to do with anything, that it hits Aladjinn. If he isn't mistaken, gods, even ones beyond the gods, like Aladjinn, have a bit of an amenability to the likes of magic, don't they? His movements isn't normal. He must be a combatant-type mage, using his magic to enhance his movements and fighting abilities. If he's a combatant type, then I have nothing to fear. All his magic is focused on himself. He can't cast or counter spells like I can. Above an enemy, Ignomesu! He caught it? Reversing the powerful blast, Piccolo may yet turn the tables on this devastating foe. But unfortunately, this story will have to wait to be continued in Dragon Ball New Age Definitive Edition.